And we're
Ready?
live.
All right. 3, 2, 1. All right. Hey, everybody, welcome back. I believe we're on chapter 11 of our Coriolis campaign entitled The Great Filter. It's called The Great Filter. Don't know why. That's the original name. Never changed it. But there's no filtering going on thus far. With us tonight, we have three wonderful players. We have Walter Beck, Slip, and Zypher playing Nasir, Amit, Thuraya, and the enviable Pasha Khan. And without further ado, I think we're going to go ahead and get started. Let me know if like your site or whatever doesn't work. It should. Shift boop. See that?
Yep.
Okie dokie. Here we go. Introduction. It is nightfall on Algol. Surrounding Nine Flowers base is a ring of mountains. As the sun sets, their south sides glare green and lush, while in the north there are patches of silver ice. The updrafts from the planet's thermal vents, it seems, only reaches so far. Indeed, as the hot, moisture-laden air from the vents mingles with the frigid wind, heavy, bulky gray clouds form overhead. They are pregnant with rain, and it's only a matter of time before the jungle floor is sodden with wetness. Over the past several hours, the crew of the Crimson Wish has decided to aid Nine Flowers' team. They have been beset by unnatural menaces, creatures that crawl from the jungle at night, creatures that seem controlled by some uncanny power emanating from far away, deeper into the green zone. With the help of Thuraya and possibly with the aid of Hakam, who remains aboard the ship, the path of these creatures was investigated, and a tower was discovered that seemed to control at least some of them. Currently, Thuraya, Nasir, and Ali make plans, along with Mikhail, to defend their base. In the meantime, Pasha Khan makes to, or already has, set off into the jungle in an effort to sever the link to whatever is controlling these beasts. I'll let you guys take it away.
As we last left, Nasir was in an elevated position, fortifying it, preparing for the inevitable attack by the beasts, agreeing to help Mikhail, Nine Flowers, defend this area while the rest of the plan was being executed. He overlooks his new toy that he got on Coriolis before promptly being shot in the face, and now he has come for some payback, but first he needs to take care of this problem. He looks over to Ali and the other members of the team, giving a slight nod that now all they had to do was wait, which was sometimes more worrisome than the fight itself.
Thuraya is looking at her, looking through her visor at the virtual readout as her drone continues to scan the area closer to the base, looking for the most defensible areas, the areas that are possibly weak spots, marking them down with dots on her virtual map. As she does, she notes it to Nasir and Ali and Mikhail, and so that they can allocate their troops to the best areas to protect the base.
Mikhail kind of goes around the perimeter of the base as the sun sinks behind the ring of mountains that encircle Nine Flowers kind of forward headquarters. He has men kind of situated in choke points with their carbines and rifles trained on the jungle and the most likely entry point to these beasts. He approaches Thuraya. That's a probe, Thuraya. Where did you get that? It's a fine piece of machinery.
Yes, it is, well, as they say, a custom job. She kind of takes her goggles off and looks up at Mikhail. For many years, it was my only trusted companion. And she kind of looks around. These days is one of a few. Still a very useful tool in times like this.
Indeed. Let's just hope that your friend Pasha Khan reaches his destination and is successful in his mission. I have a feeling that if we cut off the head of these beasts, they will not be so organized.
She nods. That is the hope. And I have learned. She kind of reaches for the goggles, getting ready to pull them down over her face again. Never to underestimate Pasha Khan. He is creative and usually manages to surprise everyone with his words and actions.
I can only hope it's a good surprise. Over the last 3 years, investigating the industrial sector, we have lost many men and women, not to mention our families in the more temperate zones of this planet. I think it is good fortune. Icons have blessed us, has smiled upon us. Your presence here, I can already tell that the hearts of the men and women here have been lifted.
She smiles just a little.
Are there any weapons visible on your probe, Vass?
Oh yeah, she's got a carbine, a Vulcan carbine on the mounted on the top.
All right.
I
Pasha
hope
Khan. Oh, go ahead.
my hope is that we are able to do for your people what no one was able to do for mine.
Our numbers have dwindled over these few years. The jungle here, this microclimate in between the cold and frigid mountains has swallowed my men up. Some die of disease. No small number have taken their own life when they hear of the grisly fate that perhaps their wives or daughters met at the hand of the consortium. Slavery is not the half of it, Thariah. There are worse things that can be done to men and women, more demeaning things. He brings his fist down on nearby desk. The consortium must pay. We will paint this jungle floor with their blood before it goes over.
Sorry, I lost the sound there at the end.
Mikhail just gave a small speech about worse things that can happen to family members when they're taken by the consortium, and that he vowed to get revenge on them and paint the jungle floor and the mountain peaks with the blood of the consortium. Pasha Khan, what have your preparations looked like, and have you set off into the jungle yet in search of the tower?
Yeah, so Pasha Khan has been walking around the camp, um, helping everyone kind of, whatever preparations they're making. If they're trying to form barricades, he's helping them do it. As he walks around, he tries to, keep an eye on the floor to make sure that he doesn't, step inadvertently into any sort of muck and grime. It's not his favored location. Uh, Fancy restaurants, clubs, the the you know the beautiful towers of the Baron and Coriolis is where Pasha feels at home. out here in the jungle. He feels exposed, but he's doing his best to help the group prepare. Once he has prepared, whatever he can at the camp, he makes his way to Mikhail. I wish to take a contingent to that tower, see if we can disable it, see if we can hack it, maybe find more information on the consortium.
As you head up into like this like up into this building here, you see Mikhail watching Thariah as Thariah watches Vas through her goggles. He seems very interested in the technology and then turns to you. Pasha Khan. Of course, of course. What resources I have are at your disposal. Thariah speaks highly of you and your skills. My men are used to following a strong leader. They are loyal, and they are battle-hardened. What men left here have survived years in the jungle floor. They have survived death and disease. And now they have come through the trial of attack by these beasts unscathed, at least for the most part. And with that, like there's like not a handful, maybe like a dozen of algal rebels that kind of you see drilling down in the yard down here underneath you. And you see that one of them has like a cybernetic arm and the other one only has one eye, has a patch over his eye. Obviously victims of the recent raids by these carnivorous beasts.
If I could have any that you could spare, maybe two of your strongest. I know I take away from the defenses here, but I feel if we can take out the tower, then your group here stands a chance.
Very well. And he looks down and looks down into the yard where the men are forming a patrol. A few of them are taking up covered positions behind a makeshift concrete wall. And he gets on his communicator and calls out to two of the rebels. And very shortly after that, two of them peel off. It's the two with the eye patch and the cybernetic arm. They peel off the main group and they head up the staircase. Mikhail, you called? Yes. This is Pasha Khan. We'll be going on a very important mission deeper into the jungle. It is our theory that a radio tower of sorts helps these beasts. Well, helps them coordinate their attacks on this base. The beasts' numbers are growing greater every night, every day. More sworn to their cause. We cannot hold out much longer. Pasha Khan hopes to sever the head of the snake. The rebels kind of look to Pasha Khan. At your service. Do you have any combat experience?
I do combat with my words, but tonight it will be different. It will be weapons. Unfortunately, come like the consortium only know force, the art of diplomacy and fine talk is lost upon them. So we shall speak to them in the language they understand. Brutality.
I'm all for being brutal. This jungle is a harsh place, not to mention the elevated altitudes above those mountains. He points his left hand skyward, tucking his carbine underneath his right. There's a clearing of the clouds and you see a silver moon overhead. And just above, like there's a very brisk cutoff of where this thermal vent kind of provides heat. And above that is just frigid silver peaks, jagged peaks. Woods are good for leading men, but some situations call for survival. Stick with me, and my fellow here will come through this.
I shall. I shall follow you. You shall make the path to the tower. Once we get there, let me strategize on how we can take the consortium apart.
Can you give me an empathy check?
Yep.
Success. So we're going to be doing this preparation phase, giving you guys a lot of bonuses. And what house ruling is, we're going to keep track of these bonuses you get for prep, and we're going to give those to you. You can use them either as a +2 or as a free reroll without accruing dark side points. So that's a success. So Pasha, you got one bonus to use. So the rebels, Pasha, what's their names, by the way?
The one on the left, we shall call him Amir.
Amir. All right.
The one on the right, we shall call him Mobeen.
Mobine.
Yeah.
Mobine. So Mobine.
Okay, good.
Yep, they look at you, and your bearing, the way you hold yourself, even though you're dressed in your finery, they trust that you have a spine of steel, and they're willing to follow you into the jungle. Amir does say to you, "We're willing to follow you through the muck, but you're not going to get far in clothes like that. Those rags will be torn before you get 2 clicks into the jungle. Follow Mobine. He'll set you up with something more comfortable." It's my Clone Wars voice.
Very well. I shall do that. But I have one more small task before I follow you, Mobeen. Pasha is a little, what do you say, confident now that he's won over these two rebels. He looks over to, so where we are standing, is it more like an open balcony? So like if there are people down on the ground working where we are standing, could I address them?
Yeah. You certainly could. And let me just copy you guys over to kind of the daytime base that I figured out, just so you can get a lay of the land. Let's see here. Everybody see that okay?
Yep.
Yep.
What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna just do away with the dynamic lighting, because I think it'll make more sense if you can see everything. Delete. So hopefully you should be able to see, kind of, if you zoom out, all the different little slides.
Yep.
So if you kind of look at the way this base is laid out, so this would be like the quote unquote front entrance.
Mm-hmm.
And if that entrance is over here, okay, does that make sense? And then this courtyard would be here. And this overwatch position would obviously be up here. Does that kind of make sense in your mind?
Yep.
I've started going to this art style rather than top-down maps for a lot of stuff. So I just think it's better for immersion. But so yes, you can be like maybe up high or up in one of these buildings. But yeah, you're looking down in this little courtyard, and yeah, those are where the soldiers are, or the rebels.
Okay. So Pasha would look to Mikhail. If you would allow me to say a few words to your troop.
Indeed. You're a new face. If they listen to you, that's something. Trust is hard to come by in the jungle. Life expectancy here isn't long, that's for sure.
Yes, tonight I might not return from the tower. And if I don't, so be it. This is a worthy cause. It's not often that we come across such causes in our lifetime. The consortium has done much damage to your home, to your planet. And if Nasir is close by, he looks to him, to your people. Algol will be the place where it starts, where they will be pushed back. So, if
They're
I
all,
may address your people.
they all kind of turn their attention to Pasha.
And then Pasha looks around, and if there's a small box, he climbs on top of that box to get higher than everyone even more. Since the beginning of time, there have been people who have much, and there have been people who have very little. It is not for us to decide what the icons fate us. We seem to be the people with little. And you might look around and say to yourself, why is my fate such? Why do I have so little when there are many with so much to offer and so much to waste? But that kind of thinking only gets you further into the mud. You do not realize the power you hold within you in this moment. You have a rebel base deep in the jungle. You alone know the treacherous beings that live here. And I'm not talking about the animals that the consortium has created. No. In your faces, on your bodies, I see the toll this jungle has taken. If you wonder why a entity as powerful as the consortium has resorted to tactics of using beasts and not men, using animals but not artillery to take out a rebel base like yourself, you will soon see the answer. There is fear in them, fear you have not yet seen. The fear is that you lot will find a way to overcome this little obstacle they have put in front of you. The fear is that the moment you overcome this obstacle, you will realize how much more powerful you are than a large organization like the consortium. If you lot have suffered so much, can you imagine what will happen to outworlders who come to hunt you? If it has taken generations for you lot to terraform this planet, can you imagine how outworlders will be able to adapt? No. I believe the consortium has a very brittle grip. And you people are the only thing that stand in their way. You lot may be small today, but your actions tonight will travel far, will galvanize the people of Algol, and they will realize that there is a fight within them. And you lot will show the people of Algol how to fight till the bitter end, fight tooth and nail. The power you have tonight is that you have nothing more to lose. You have lost almost everything, which makes you more dangerous than them. You start with small victories. Take out their planet, animals, take out the tower, find their plans, and slowly but surely start the attack. When that is done, you will soon find all of Algol behind you, and you shall be the wave that comes crashing down on the consortium and drown them in perpetual sorrow. To freedom!
They'll kind of shout, "To freedom!" Give me a command roll.
Bond. Uh-oh, I'm going to pray to the icons. Yes.
Gives me a dark point. Yeah, you look over this crowd, and just after you finish your speech from deep in the jungle, they hear it's a deafening roar, seemingly coming from all directions and getting louder and louder. But then your words ring more and more firm, and the strength of your voice wins out in the end, and you fire up the resolve of these rebels for Algol. And time again, they give a cheer, and a couple of them kind of just shoot their weapons kind of into the air. They are like, "For Algol! For our families! For those who lay dead in these swamps, and those who are frozen to death, chased out of their homes by the consortium. We all have our revenge." They shoot their weapons into the air and kind of cheer again. And I'm going to give that bonus to Amir, or Nasir, sorry. So Nasir gets one free reroll or a +2. And kind of role play for me, Pasha Khan, how you kind of march off with Amir and Mobeen to the jungle.
Pasha jumps down from the box. He looks to Mikhail and gives him a, pat on the shoulder. You and your men will survive tonight. That I will make sure of. He turns to Nasir and Turaya. Be safe. Don't go dying on me. There's much to be done in the stars.
I don't plan on doing any dying, but you be careful out there with those men, Pasha Khan.
Do not worry. If a bullet to the face cannot kill me, I don't know if these beasts can.
Kill a few beasts in my name, and I shall take care of the tower.
May the icons watch over you.
And may they watch over you. And with that, he kind of makes a hand gesture to both Nasir and Turaya. As he's leaving the room, he turns on and gives them one last look. And then he heads out with Mobeen and Amir. He follows Mobeen to the quartermaster and changes into tactical clothing and armor for the trek up to the tower.
Do you want to give yourself some heavy clothing or something? At least?
Yes. Whatever is available.
You're right. You got protective clothing on.
So let's. Yeah.
That'd be cool if you go to light armor if you'd like.
I have spare light armor if he needs it. I mean, I don't know how universal it is. I imagine got some adjustable straps.
Yeah, it's just a little tight around the crotch, but should be fine.
Yeah, I'll just add it to your sheet. So light armor, that gives you 4. Special is tight
ceramite.
in the crotch. And you are wearing that now. Tight in the crotch.
You get
special.
You get 5.
Is it 5?
Yeah, this one is it has the extra ceramite plating for the bonus.
What is the armor? What does it look like though? Is there any like decor on it? Paint us a picture of what this shit looks like.
You got some. I think I took this off of the dead pirates when we took the asteroid, so it's probably just your OD gray, very not Pasha. It's very utilitarian. If we're looking for $3 words.
Added to your sheet, Pasha.
Sweet.
And you weave off into the jungle with Mobeen and Amir expertly guiding you through a wall of green ferns that is swaying as you disappear. Still should be able to see, hopefully.
Yes, I can.
Yeah, Nasir and Tarai, I would give you a chance mechanically to give yourself some bonuses here. So Nasir, you said you were kind of setting up some overlapping fields of fire and choke points. Can you kind of give me like a little role play how you do that, and then you can roll. You could roll, I dare say, survival or command. I think would probably be good for those.
Basically, in their experience fighting already against the consortium, Ali and Nasir set up elevated firing positions with overlapping fields of fire on the most probable attack route of the beasts based on, feedback from the fellow rebels and revolutionaries and what makes the most sense for a beast to use the path of least resistance to attack the base. Doing so, after that, he builds up either with sandbags or 50-gallon drums, whatever is available, some sort of mini barricade to also allow himself to set up his thermal carbine. And then lastly, his heavy armor does have the camouflage unit, making it very difficult to detect him before the shooting starts. So while Ali might not have the advantage, he definitely tries to make himself as invisible as possible to gain the element of surprise against the eventual charging of the beasts. With that said,
Uh-oh, did Bo just drop?
I didn't hear my wonderful description. What's important is everybody saw me get at least one success. You've seen it.
He said he'd been having some connection issues today.
Oh,
there we go.
There we go.
All right, stop talking about him. He's back.
I dropped a little bit. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't hear the last part of what you said.
It was a magnificent display of tactical acumen on overlapping fields of fire and directional fire against oncoming foes.
Gotcha.
Capped off with one success for a survival roll. And also, I think the last part, if you didn't hear, is he has the camouflage unit on his heavy armor. So
nice.
In addition to setting up, a secure firing position, he also does make his best attempt to be invisible to the approaching enemy until at least the shooting starts, because no camouflage unit will stop a stream of magnetized thermal bullets blazing out across the battlefield.
Got it. Thoraya.
Yeah, after using her drone to really scout out these places where they think they could probably funnel the attackers in from, and identifying places where, their scouts, their lookouts, the blind spots, basically, using the drone to find those and try to correct that. She then just kind of positions the drone in a high spot, above the entire facility, kind of doing a 360, constantly scanning the area, seeing how, if it can notice the enemy approach before other sensors or other lookouts pick it up. Probably observation type roles.
As that drone raises into the sky, you hear there's a thunderclap, and those pregnant clouds let loose their rain, and it starts to pour down into the jungle. Give me an observation, Thariah.
All right. Any modifiers or just straight up?
Give yourself a +2 since you got that drone.
Yeah, got one success.
There you go. All right, you get a free reroll. Or a +2. Your choice. Dealer's choice.
I'll take a free reroll.
So the camera fades as the rain starts, and there's a montage of the soldiers kind of hunkering down behind their sandbags or 50-gallon drums, with Vass kind of encircling the perimeter and then returning to his vantage point overhead. Mikhail, Nine Flowers, is up in a high spot with Ali Tarek, who's set up a machine gun nest at the high spot as well. And as the night wears on, every once in a while you hear a deafening roar or something very large, and the roars get louder and louder and more frequent as more and more animals start to kind of come closer and closer. The last thought in your head may be that you just hope that the intelligence that you gain through your drone is enough to guide Pasha Khan safely through the night towards the tower. And so now the scene will change over to Pasha Khan. Pasha, you're about 1 kilometer into the jungle when the rain starts. Take it away.
Pasha looks up at the sky. Wonderful. Just simply wonderful. The complete jungle experience. I wonder if this will make it into my memoirs one day.
You should just be glad you're not in the upper altitudes, Pasha Khan. I'll take the heat and rain over the freezing snow any day. You ever seen a man lose his nose from the cold, Pasha Khan?
I have seen a man lose a nose for a bet that he couldn't pay. That will be a story I tell you when we get back and all this is behind us.
Yeah, we will put it behind us. But if I may regale you with a story about a man who lost his nose to the cold. A friend of mine, back home, sanctions from the consortium left his family without food or water. He didn't have a flame to melt the snow for anything to drink. And he set off through the mountains. When he returned, there was nothing on his face. No lips, no eyelids, and 2 gaping holes where his nose used to be. He was a handsome man back in the day, but now we only call him the Ghoul. We lost him months ago in this very jungle, Pasha Khan, not far from where we tread.
That is indeed a ghastly story. Not as much fun as mine, but then what can I expect from a place like Algol, the Demon Star?
You expect dark humor, demon-style humor. It's how we get through the dark times, Pasha Khan. We do not have sweet wine or heady liquors. We only have the tales of strength, the will to live and overcome these mountains.
Life of fighting the unsurmountable odds, a life of building fortitude, I understand. But a day will come, a day you might not understand, when all this will be behind you. For that is the way of things. All things must progress or they perish. Algol is just a child among the third horizon. Just like all the other planets and all the other great houses, Algol too shall rise. You may live to see it rise, or your children or their children, but it shall rise. And I know it because you are here fighting.
You slog through the jungle and you come to a shallow stream. Pasha Khan, give me an observation.
Ooh. Observation. Mhm.
As you're slogging through the stream, you're kind of mid-sentence, and you hear Amir shout to you, "Khan, look out! Behind me!" And he kind of tries to put himself in front of you, as does Mobeen.
Pasha stops in his tracks and raises his weapon, and starts spanning it around, looking for what Amir and Mobeen might have seen.
From just up the stream, kind of raising their muzzles into the air, sniffing the air, you see 2 beasts looking like a mixture between a dog and some sort of feral bat. They kind of look into the air, and there's blood on their maws. They've been gnawing on some sort of carrion, and immediately this roar into the air. Um, both of them have piercings through their left ear that you can see, and they look at you and immediately roar, and they start to lope your way, splashing through the water at a full speed to you. You hear Mobeen and Amir's weapons start to power up. Behind me! Pasha Khan! Take cover!
Indeed. And Pasha kind of looks around, and he finds maybe some dead logs in the stream, and he kind of gets behind it and crouches, raises his weapon, and starts aiming at the incoming beasts.
All right, let's do initiative. Initiative for the beasts. Initiative for the beasts. I don't know why Ali's on there. Mobeen. Amir. Pasha Khan, you're first. Now, command, if you look at command, that is a useful skill. You can give people +2 on their checks with a successful command check. Or you could also shoot them. They are coming at you right now in medium range.
Okay. Pasha is going to use his command. Remember, Amir and Mubin, why we are here. It is not to die in glorious battle, not yet. Our friends back at the base need us to reach that tower. So make your shots count. Don't waste them. We don't need to kill these beasts. If they are just incapacitated, that is enough. We do not have much time to waste.
They roar as they run towards you. Give me a command roll.
Command. Yes.
Boom, they get a +2. Awesome. Amir. Also give me an incidental observation. Another one, Pasha Khan. This time observation with a -2.
Observation with a -2.
Nothing. You want to pray?
Yeah, I will pray.
You get a free one if you want.
I'll pray. No.
Oh, I'm going to give myself a dark point. I'm up to 3. Not looking good.
No.
Amir takes aim at one of the Nekatra. Aim! Fire! He's going to aim, so we'll get a +2. That gives him a +4. Primary weapon. And he fires. That's not very loud, is it? Sound effect.
No.
These don't have any. These particular ones don't have any armor, so that is a damage 2, crit 2. Ooh, could crit him, couldn't he? Let's not do that. So we'll just do damage. So that would be 1 hit. So 3 damage, if I'm doing that right. Is that how that works? 4 damage.
It's 3 damage for a Vulcan pistol because I think it's
every
every one after the first success.
Okay, right. Yeah, we'll put it towards extra damage on him. And so first Nekatra's turn. He uses his full action to stop, and he just screams into the air, blood-curdling scream. And you see that his eyes just start to blaze red. He's going to enter a state into blind rage. He enters feral rage, which is a normal action, which means he gets 2 attacks from now on instead of 1. The next Nekatra does the same thing, just roars into the air and enters feral rage. Mobeen, he's going to aim and shoot at the same one, trying to take him down. Boom.
Oh, nice.
All right, so he's going to do 3 damage, but then he's going to use the other one to do a crit. And let me pull up the critical hit calculator here. 32. Broken arm. Ooh, that's good. Stun for 1 turn. Then -3 to range combat and melee combat.
Nice.
That's good. So I'll let you narrate what that looks like, Pasha, since you're the PC here.
Yeah, so Pasha,
He's
standing behind the log, he's just directing them to, maim these creatures and incapacitate them so that they can keep getting a move on. Mobeen and Amir, take heed from that, and they concentrate their fire on a single Nekatra and basically trying to, they concentrate fire and basically shoot its leg off, and this thing starts, limping and almost falling to the ground. Well done, men. Well done. Keep at it.
All right, you're back up, Pasha. What are you doing?
What range are they from Pasha?
They are medium.
Okay, so my carbine is short. So what is the negative on that?
-2.
Negative.
But if you take a full action and aim, it would negate it.
Yep. So I'm going to do that. So I'm going to take a full action and aim, and I'm going to shoot. So you said the
This one's stunned for a round.
stun for a round, right? Okay, so I'm going to attack the other one so that, keep it at bay and not let it come too close. So hold on. Ooh. One
That is a
success.
hit. That's 3 damage. You could roll if you want. Re-roll it.
No more praying to the icons. Too many dark points.
So what does it look like as you hit it, though?
So now that he sees the one Nekatra who's like kind of stunned, he moves his carbine to the other. Take the other one down. Don't let it come too close. And he shoots his Vulcan carbine at the Nekatra and kind of, basically grazes its like upper shoulder.
Roger that. Concentrate, fire. And it's the next one's turn. So Amir will concentrate fire on the Nekatra. You didn't use your full round command, so he'll just get a +2 for aiming. Boom.
Nice.
So he'll use that extra towards damage. So he does 3 more damage. And this Nekatra is up. And he's in medium range. He's going to move to close, to engaged range. That would be his full turn. He lopes towards you guys. And let's see which one he goes. He goes towards Amir. And he looms over him. Now, Pasha Khan, I want you to make an observation with a +2 since he's so near.
Okay.
Do you guys have that assault talent, though, as a crew?
Yeah,
We do.
we do.
If you guys are focusing fire on one person, you got to get an extra +2.
Oh,
Remember that?
yes. Okay.
All right, so this is a success. Pasha Khan, as he gets forward and lures over Amir, and Amir starts to shoot him, you see that he's covered with these boils and pustules that's leaking this green fluid. That's all you know for right now in the heat of battle. It's this one's turn, and he stands up, kind of shaking his head, roars. You see red blood flowing downstream from his severed limb as he limps towards you slowly. But he is his stun will be off next round, and he'll be ready to go. It's Mobine's turn. What are you shouting to Mobine? What do you command him to do?
I would tell Mobine to attack the Nekatra that's on Amir and kill it if it's possible. Mobine, take out the Nekatra near Amir. Amir, watch out for those.
He's too close! He's too close! What do you want? Are you still urging him to fire?
Yes.
All right,
Aim
so
and
that's-
fire.
All right. So he will aim and fire. He gets a +2. With your party, though, what do you guys get? A +2 if you guys are all focusing fire on the same
Yep.
enemy?
Yes.
So he'll get a +4. Oh, he does hit. Doesn't kill it though. Shoots his Vulcan pistol. Couple shots. Slam into this thing as it roars, kind of rearing over Amir. Pus dripping all over Amir as he does so. And Pasha Khan, we're back up to the top.
No time to waste, men. Take this out as quickly as possible. Oh, shit, where did that go?
Switching scenes.
Oh, okay, cool.
No good movie stays with the same scene the whole time. Here's what's happening though. Back on the base. A whole lot of nothing. You hear every once in a while these roars from around the perimeter. Thariah, make me an observation check with a +2. Perfect. All right, you're not seeing this, but you just get a glimpse of something dashing through the ferns. Like when they see like the raptors in Jurassic Park, you always get the image, right?
Yep.
And you see that through your drone's lens, something like 5 times as big as most of these beasts. It flashes through the ferns and then is gone.
Yeah, she curses and tries to get the drone to catch it again. And out loud, she says, "There's something here. It is one of them, but it is very big and very fast. I had it for a moment, but it was so fast the drone lost it." And she starts kind of directing people to look out the windows and look for it while she's still scanning for this thing. Are we like inside or are we
Yeah, there's
outside, like
soldiers.
on
Yeah,
ledges?
there's soldiers kind of everywhere. Yeah, you could be inside if you want.
Well, I think she'd want to get a shot personally. I think she's probably like up high on a ledge.
Got it. So pretty close to you is Mikhail, and kind of out of breath. One of the rebels kind of runs up, kind of towards your perch. Mikhail, it's Owen. We found him towards the perimeter. He's gone, sir. Mutilated. His body is being brought inside. Thariah, you see the probe kind of swing back over the camp, and this body is just like torn to shreds with its eyeballs missing.
As they are bringing the body toward the entrance, she kind of focuses, swinging the probe, to look left and right, worried that the creatures kind of make a run on the people or on the base as the door opens to let them in.
The probe hears kind of more and more creatures in the jungle. The jungle is just a cacophony at this point of low growls and roars. And every once in a while, you hear that louder roar.
They're here.
And and like some of the men even down below look frightened and start to kind of back up. Another rebel kind of arrives and comes up to you. Nasir, where are you at?
Nasir is up in his, for lack of a better term, crow's nest, just scanning the perimeter, waiting for any sort of dedicated attack by them, staying hidden, not wanting to reveal himself before making them make the first move.
We'll just say like you're up with Ali. We'll say he's near you. But this second rebel, Thariah, shows up, and his hands are bloody. And he says, "Sir, Owen, we found something on his person. It is this. And he kind of reaches out, and it looks like some sort of disc with kind of strange characters and dialect etched on it. He says, I can't make out anything on this. These beasts are savages. Tharaya, have you ever seen such a thing?
Uh, sh-
And
sh- it's a what it? It's like a. Can you describe it
it's
again?
yeah, so it's like a circular disc that was like stuck inside the entrails of this dead person that whatever killed him must have left there. And it's kind of etchings of almost hieroglyphics or kind of strange characters on it. Um, you could give me a culture
Yeah,
check.
she has no culture.
Wit, straight up wits then with a -2.
Okay.
We already knew that.
I don't recognize this. It was inside a dead person?
Yes. The only thing you recognize though, you have no clue what exactly it is. But on some of Nasir's equipment, you've seen maybe similar such hieroglyphs and language. And in the past, he's told you it's one of the very primitive dialects of Algol.
Yeah, I'm assuming we've got comms.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, and she says, Nasir, they have found something. A disc with carvings on it inside one of the dead. It either was used to kill the person or was left there, but it has writing on it I think you would recognize. Something like that primitive algol scratchings you showed us.
Inside? Can you take a picture of it and send it to me?
Yeah, if he has some way to
Text
receive
it
it,
to him.
yeah. Basically.
Snapchat it.
Yeah, she'll send him some good pics of the disc.
Disc pics,
Disc pics.
please. As
And you see just like not like that, but just like this kind of hieroglyphic language on there. And you can immediately interpret it just from your family history and your background on Algol. And it says, this world is ours to consume. Those who interfere will find only death and despair for themselves and their families.
Nasir relays this to the team, and he goes, this is one of the mind games they played with the nomadic people, the consortium, to make sure that we did not resist. And they wanted us to be complacent and let them take our lands, but we did not let them. We fought back, and they did this to people as a warning to all those who opposed them. All it did was strengthen our resolve.
The consortium, why would they use this language?
It is a primitive language, and many of the nomads do not speak the common language spoke throughout the horizon. They like to be left alone. They are isolated. This is a language I'm sure they knew we would understand.
I see. So they wanted us to find this.
I'm sure it's a message, one of fear, to see a body so desecrated by these creatures and to find this inside it. I'm sure it is designed to weaken our resolve.
You just kind of hear the sound of a gun cocking and reloading over the comm.
We defeated them before with smaller numbers. As long as we do not waver in our commitment, we will prevail again.
I will not waver. But I need to get back to watching.
Yes, yes. We know you like to watch. Just be sure to tell us if you see that giant creature.
And as that scene fades, you hear another roar, and then somebody else from the perimeter just gets drug off into the jungle.
Yeah,
And you just hear the sound. Go ahead.
she immediately focuses on that area, hoping that as it drags this person off, whatever creature it is being slowed down a little bit.
Yeah, like you see like a bloody maul, just right as it kind of let me find this bad guy again. I'll show you. Right as it kind of disappears into the jungle. And if you want to try to figure out what exactly this thing is, you could do culture or wits with a -2 if you don't have culture.
Yeah, she does not. Hey! How you like that?
Hey.
So there are rumors. I'm gonna leave it up for now since you kind of know it's around at the perimeter, picking people off, Jurassic Park style. That these creatures called the Nekatra are found usually on places not very much like Algol. I think we went over this last game, but some in particular have been genetically engineered and used to fight in arenas and coliseum battles and just very brutal type environments. And even there have been rumors that they have been fitted with cybernetics, some of them, to make them eerily and uncannily fast and actually very, very smart, cunning, and intelligent as well. So I'll let you relay that information.
Fuck. It's a Nekatra. I saw one once. It was in a... They had some sort of combat thing at a, what you call a coliseum. Huge, fast, modified. It's got some cybernetics in it. Very expensive. I think we should pull people back so that it is forced to come out in the open where we can shoot at it and can't pick us off at the perimeter.
The consortium knows no depths to the depravity to use such a creature against us. I agree we should pull back. No use having them being picked off one by one in the jungle.
So Thariah kind of looks at Mikhail, and I'm assuming he's the one who would call the troops back.
Yep.
Kind of relays it. Does Thariah know of any weakness these creatures would have?
Not with the 2. I think if you have got a 3,
Okay.
Maybe I come up with something.
I just hope that
No.
Pasha cuts down that tower. I think that might be something that would at least confuse or disorient this creature if it was receiving some sort of signal.
You hear Mikhail kind of get on his comm. Men, we're going to need to have you pull back. Come to inside the perimeter. Come to the fortifications a little bit. And you hear like various kind of voices question, like, why the heck, why are we doing this? Are we in trouble? And you hear somebody say, "Where's Owen?"
He's back here.
And then you hear people start to curse as they pull back because his body is right at the entrance of the place. And the fear starts to set in the camp. And Thariah, Nasir, and Ali, as you kind of look down, it's clear that these troops have faced a lot and a lot of dark nights, but the things they're hearing, creeping, crawling, in these woods is something that they have not fought before.
So it's daytime, but it's raining, right?
Still night now.
It's night? Okay.
Yeah, we're going to keep it night. What the hell?
Do we have any more lights we can get out there?
Yeah. Yeah, you can turn on those floodlights.
Let's light this place up.
So that scene ends with these floodlights just illuminating the area. And I'll give you guys all +1 on shots in the open on these guys. Just remember that. And back to Pasha. These things are growling, heading at you. Pasha, what are you doing this round?
Yeah, going to all aim at the Nekatra that's on Amir and try and take it down this time.
Gotcha. So
Uh,
with your group talent, you get a +4.
+4. Yeah. Wait, +4 with the group talent and the aim and everything included, right?
Yeah, everything included.
Yep. Ooh.
And that's enough to down it. What does it look like?
So, as it's getting on top of Amir, Pasha is realizing that, we don't have much time to lose. He aims and tries to take a gut shot, and he squeezes a bunch of rounds into the guts of the Nekatra, but that's enough to basically, looks like he's found a weak spot, and it basically rips the underbelly open, and all these guts just spill out everywhere.
It kind of falls down on Amir, and he shrugs him off with the butt of his carbine. And it splashes into the ground. The red blood blooming out into the stream, flowing downstream, mixed with this foul-smelling, purulent fluid leaking from boils on this beast's back. Amir kind of spits some of that stuff out of his mouth. There's still one standing. Fire! And he aims and fires at this other one as it's kind of rearing up out of the water. And I guess with your group talent, so you're focused on this one, you'll get a +4, eh?
Yeah. Well, up to you, because I shot the Nekatra that's next to Amir, and now the focus is going to be all on this other Nekatra. So.
Yeah, that's +4. We'll use 1 for the extra damage, so that will be.
Wait, you used the bite.
No, I clicked my hand. Yeah, sorry. No such luck. No such luck.
Oh.
He misses. He misses. This one that's up is down. I'll remove him. So this one's next. And he's going to move towards you guys. Full move action. He is in that rage though, so one of his quote unquote attacks would have been part of the move. He's going to use his extra attack to swipe at Mobean, but it's at a -3. -3 because you blew off his arm, right?
Yes.
So primary weapon attack, -3, and he misses.
Yeah.
I'm going to use 1 dark point to let him re-roll. Whoops, sorry. It should be at 2 total. So I'm going to let him re-roll.
Yes.
Re-roll 6. Come on, man. Joe Biden, come on, man. So he misses, and Mobean just cracks him across the jaw with the butt of his pistol. I guess I gave him pistols. And it's his turn up, right?
Yes, Mobean's turn.
Yep. So he has a pistol, so no, he takes no penalties at being point blank. I'm guessing you want him to full aim, and it's going to be a +4.
Yeah.
Wow.
So 3. If I put it all into damage, it would kill him. So I'm assuming you want him to do that.
Yes.
Tell me what that looks like.
So, as the Nekatra comes running up to Mobeen, and it tries to like take a couple of bites at him, he just, kind of pushes it away with his boot, and then, pulls out his pistol and kind of point blank headshot, just explodes the Nekatra's head, brain and matter of flying all over the place.
Pasha, are you okay? Were you injured?
I am fine, Mobeen. We have no time to lose. If these beings are here, then they would have already attacked the base. We must rush.
Amir's kind of spitting this stuff out of his mouth. God, you've been attacked so many nights by these things, but I've never seen such filth. Pasha, make me either metacurgy or culture.
Culture. Oh, yes. Yes.
You've heard of a disease that can affect certain creatures down in the thermal vents of algal. It's known as alpha seed algal, or the algal rot. And with that level of success, I will not make you roll anymore. It's extremely infectious once boils and carbuncles develop on the victim. And it's 100% lethal unless a cure is administered. Unfortunately, that cure is expensive and not to be found in rural areas, most likely. Amir and Mobeen obviously don't know this, and Amir spits this purulent material out of his mouth. Fuck. This shit is disgusting. I'm gonna vomit. Remind me to take a bath once I get back to base.
Pasha looks at Mobeen. Mobeen is only Amir has been covered with this, right?
Yep.
Okay. Yes, spit it out, Amir. Pasha makes a decision not to tell him what's happening, but he makes a mental note that if they ever get back from all of this, then he needs to do something for Amir, find the cure. But right now he wants the people to be focused on the task ahead and not be worried about this.
Very well, dear leader. Give me a role play as you follow the stream upstream towards where the
The
tower would
tower
be.
is, right? Yeah. So Pasha tells Amir, gather yourself, man. That looks, yes, quite wild. We must be wary of this. I am not sure what it is just yet. But any more Nekatra we see, we should try and get them and kill them before they can approach us. We don't want any of their fluids on us. Never know what diseases they may be carrying. Onwards. We have a trek ahead. We cannot stop. Our friends need us. Onwards. And with that, he kind of gets them to start running, and Pasha starts running towards the tower. But Pasha is a little distressed, if you want to, affect my mind points or anything like that, because he knows that he's almost sacrificing somebody in his team for the greater good, which is not generally his mode of operation.
Yeah, -2. I don't think that's quite. If you just like killed him, I think I would give you a dark point. But I think this is like a -2 mind point type of situation.
3, 7. Come. We must go. We cannot stop.
Let's hunt some orc.
Hey, Bo, you there?
Yep.
Okay.
Switching some scenes here.
It's called
Okay.
pause.
Everybody cool with a 5-minute quick break?
Yep.
Yep.
No.
That's what we'll do. We'll be back.
You know what makes you feel old?
Lots of things, but what are you thinking of?
Nothing inappropriate, thank you. 3 days of water parks.
They're not quite as fun as they used to be.
Oh no, I'm a perpetual child, so I had fun the whole time. But like after 3 days, I was like, my legs hurt going up all these stairs. My knee hurts. I hurt my ankle going down those straight down slides.
Do you like jack your suit way up your butt so that you can slide down super fast?
I lift like the lower back up so there's more like friction with the upper back because it's wider, so I can go faster down the slide.
Wedgies are the secret to really going down the water slide fast.
I think that's okay for girls, but I'm willing to sacrifice a little bit of speed for not having a giant wedgie.
When I was in high school, I used to go to this local swimming pool that had a bunch of water slides and harass the lifeguards. And I kept trying to get them to try my wedgie technique.
Of course.
I distinctly remember the day when one of them finally gave in and just like walked up there and with great ceremony just yanked his suit all the way up his crack in full view of everyone. Stood there for a second and then went down the slide.
This is the first time, besides that sounding incredibly painful, this is the first one I went where you stand in like the tube and then the bottom falls out.
Oh, I've never been on one like that. That sounds terrifying.
It was good. My oldest did it one time, so I was very impressed. But then he's like, "Oh, I hurt my hand. I can't do it again." I'm like, "Bullcrap, you're fine."
All right, I'm back. Everybody good?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So the scene fades. Like, let's say the camera kind of like leaves this stream in the jungle, goes up over the canopy. Overhead, you see dense clouds pouring down, heavy rain. Bring up the rain in the mix there. Pouring down heavy rain, and then maybe 10 kilometers sweeping across the jungle towards where the base is. And you see dozens and dozens of these Nekatra surrounding the base, and then kind of in the woods, like right out of rifle range, and basically like you guys don't see them. But Nasir, Thariah, Mikhail, and all of the rebels kind of taking their position. One last time, there is a loud roar through the woods. And loping like kind of dogs out of a starting gate in a greyhound race. Boom. All these dozens Nekatra speed through the short area of open ground that is illumined by floodlights. Their paws and claws splashing through the mud as the rain pours down. And let's role play what's going on.
All right, can we get a scene switch over to the base? Here we go.
You want to go over to the base? We can use this space if you want the pictures on this space.
Yeah, I like that.
All right, just pretend it's night and raining.
Thariah is Nasir's over there. Thariah's like perched on this ledge somewhere up here. She's got out her accelerator rifle. The drone's, hovering up here. Mikhail, I don't know where he is. That's your decision. Maybe he's back inside the base, but I think as soon as they're in range, Thariah's going to send her drone toward one and fire at one, Looking out for the big one.
Nasir, as they start loping towards the perimeter of the base, he ensures that the safety is off on his weapon and kind of gets into a more ready position with the buttstock secure against his shoulder as he takes his scope and kind of sights in on the closest one, waiting for the opportune time.
It starts running, and a couple of guys in the front of the perimeter just get overrun. You see them kind of getting torn to shreds. And this is just a generalization. There are dozens of these things, and they're going to pop up time and time again. And I'm going to have them all go at once. I'm going to roll initiative for them. There we go. And Ali, Nasir, and Thariah can roll initiative as well. No ties. Good. The reason I put those two decimal places in there is just to break ties. So Thariah, you're first. They're at long range coming in at this point. They're extremely fast, though. Extremely fast.
All right. I have extreme range on my rifle. So
no penalties at all.
Right. So I'm going to just, fire at one and, kind of yell into the comms, focus your fire as much as you can. So I better roll off the sheet. Okay, so I can aim or I can do a quick shot, right? Aim and get +2. Okay, so I'm going to aim and then I'm going to get the extra little snap shot off of my drone after that. So that was a miss.
And with your drone, the quick shot will be a -2.
Okay. And that's a miss too. Sucky ducky.
Did you have any extra dice? I forgot.
You know what? I've got a free.
You have
I've
one.
got a free reroll.
You have one free roll, and I think Nasir had 2.
So I'm gonna take my reroll.
I did.
All right, that's the accelerator rifle.
All right.
So that's
Crit 1. Damn. So you can crit it if you want,
yep.
or you could add damage on. So crit. So it'd be
3 plus. If I just did the damage, it would be just 5, right? Or just 4?
4 if you just added the damage, but I'd probably crit
Yeah,
it.
I'm gonna
It's probably
crit it.
a better idea. So 3 damage. Whoops. Sorry. Oh. I hate that roll 20 just links them all. It's silly.
And if they've got armor, it's armor piercing.
I was gonna say this. No, these ones don't have armor.
Okay.
I mean, they do in the book, but I'm not going to mess with it. So, say this one's down to 8.
Can you roll the crit? What am I supposed to roll? A D.
Yep. So the easiest way to do it, honestly, is just click on utilities, then range critical hit. I'll roll it for you,
Okay.
and it brings up that web page, and you generate it at 56. I'd probably keep that one.
Yep.
That's pretty good. 56 is severed artery. Unconscious D6 hours.
Perfect.
And it
Yeah.
dies within D6 minutes unless one of it brothers goes
Yeah, I mean, in this situation, right, you're just gonna smoke him.
Yeah. So she
Was it like?
as she fires on it, her finger, she's about to pull the trigger, and she loses her balance for just a second, and then quickly recovers. Kneels, aims, shoots, and the bullet grazes the neck. And at first, she thinks it was just a graze, but apparently it was deep enough that just a fraction of a second later, blood starts to fountain out of the wound, and it falls to its knees, collapsing to the ground. And immediately she
Blood
just
gurgling out,
looks
yeah.
through her sight and starts to target another one. These things can be killed, people. Let's do it.
And if you guys are gonna focus fire, kind of Ali calls out through his comlink, "Hey, shot caller, call out the target." To you, obviously, since you're like in a great area.
Nasir, you mean? Or me?
you.
Me.
You're the one
Okay.
in the,
You.
Yeah.
You. You're the one with the big scope.
She'll look and try to find the one that she thinks is within the range, like basically closest to most of the people that have the long range weapons. And so say it's that one.
Yeah, we'll say this one's still in long range, but it's like the leader of the pack.
Yeah.
Leader
She'll
of the
describe
pack.
where it is, and she'll say, "Follow my laser sight."
And I'm guessing Ali's going to use his machine gun. Let me see what the range is on that bad boy.
Not very far. You might have to get
it's
up there.
long.
Oh, it's long. Nice.
Accelerator machine gun, long. And he's going to aim, which is a +2, and then the +2 for your guys' talent would be a 4. And doesn't he keep rolling until?
Yeah.
So what his talent is, he has to have the -2 for full auto. Then I assume we get the +1 for shots out on the open against these guys.
Yeah. I'm just going to have him keep this one then, not full auto, because that's a pretty good roll. So he lets out a burst at this one. And crit 1, is that correct?
Wow. Yeah, the
On the
accelerators have,
accelerator, yeah.
I think they're all crit 1.
Damn. Okay. He's gonna crit him twice then. So damage 3. And I'll roll 2 crits. First one, 15. Concussion. Stun for 1 turn. Not that big a deal. Next one is 61. Destroyed arm.
Another dead one.
Yeah, blow off his arm, but then he's unconscious for D6 hours. So I'll let Nasir describe what that looks like as your buddy next to you just...
As Ali unleashes his machine gun, even though it doesn't make a lot of noise, you just see this stitch and burst of, dust and dirt as the trail of bullets kicks up and goes in a line, just stitching up the Nekatra's body and up to his torso, and then finally his arm blowing it off as it spins and slides to a stop, blood pumping out as it's unconscious, slowly dying.
Nasir.
Question: do they, with my camouflage unit, would you say I get, it's not a surprise, or is it a surprise attack on the first round?
Up in your, where you are, I would say not. No.
That's fine.
Maybe there might be a situation you'll be able to use that for, though.
So we're going to try out the first one. I have long range, so I'm going to go full auto. So let's see here. So I'll have -1 because it's +1 shot in the open, -2 for full auto. And I get to keep rolling because it's the full auto and machine gunner and all that.
Okay, so that would be, are you going to add it all to damage then?
Well, I can decide that after, can't I? I don't remember. This is my first time using a full auto. Unlike Ali, I'm not going to roll until I run out of ammo.
Okay. It's until you fail then.
I get to do 2 failures and then I'll stop. So for expediency, let me see if...
Does it have the thing about the ones, though?
Yeah, so basically I have machine gunner and this has...
you get to ignore... I get to
ignore 2 ones. So if I roll a third one, then I'm out. So basically I'm going to stop rolling when I get to 2 ones.
Got it. Okay.
I'm going to see if this works instead of doing a million rolls. Hold on here. Okay, well, I can keep rolling because there's 1. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, yeah, you had 2 ones in your initial roll.
Does that count? I thought it was just after.
Yeah, I think it's just after.
Is it just after? Okay, so that's just the 1-1.
Basically.
1, 2, 3. So that's 3 extra. So I'm going to do it again?
Yep, I'll just stop after the second one, so anything after that don't count. So 1 more.
So 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 6s in addition to... So that'd be...
8.
So 4. 8 damage. Yep, 4 plus your base damage is 4.
Would 8 kill it?
8 would not kill it.
In that case, I will do... What is that? 3 crits?
Does that count as a crit? Oh, I guess it does.
Yeah. I mean, you're building up 6s, right?
Yeah, you inflict a critical injury on your enemy. This extra effect costs extra 6s beyond the first one, equal to your weapon's critical rating.
So if your crit's 2,
Yeah, it costs 2.
So yeah, it costs.
you would have 4 plus 5. You could crit him twice if you wanted.
I can crit him twice. Yeah, I'll do that.
Yep. All right. First one is 25. Groin hit. Stun for 2 turns. The 1 point of damage per force dexterity and melee combat test. Okay, we'll just do stun. And then a 63.
Yeah, I'll choose the
Severed jugular.
So, much like Ali, he unleashes a stream of bullets. Unlike the accelerator, his thermal carbine is a much more advanced weapon, and as the rounds punctured the body, the recoil brings the rounds up to its neck area, and part of his neck just explodes outwards as it doesn't even register that it's received a fatal wound. It takes a few more steps before face planting into the ground at a full run, dying.
So you take out 3 of these things, and with that performance, a lot of the soldiers are doing very well as well. They're heartened by you. No small number of them are rent to pieces. Their red blood looking like black ink in the moonlight as the rain pours down. Um, let's see, Haraya, roll me a d4. Only one extra one this round.
Nice.
All right, and it's their turn, and they're going to head toward Thuraya. So narratively, they're kind of swarming the entire place, but 2 of them break off, and they leap up on these rocks.
Yeah.
Okay?
I can picture just kind of
They
leaping
actually,
from place to
yeah,
place.
they leap up. You can see them now. They are not diseased or anything like that, but their mauls are red with the blood of slain soldiers. They're able to get to short range from you with that action, and it's the next round. We'll go to the top of it.
All right.
Thuraya, you're back
Yep.
up.
All right. I'm not gonna switch weapons, I guess. I'll just keep firing this. And I will aim with my first one. Ugh. Oh my gosh. Okay. And then I'll fire. Nope. No hits this time.
So what does it look like as these things, like they leap up on the rocks, and now they're like crawling quickly but slower towards you, almost reaching you up on your rock perch?
I think it's like when you've got a sniper rifle and you're looking through the sights, but their movement is so fast that she can't adjust the long range sight quickly enough to keep up with them. It's very disorienting. So she fires, but her aim's really off.
It just flies right over them. They snarl. They start to head towards you. You can almost see the condensation coming at you as they breathe heavily, approaching your position on your perch. Ali, hang tight there, Thuraya! And he sends a volley of bullets your way towards one of them. And it's a -2 for full auto, eh?
Yes.
But he's going to aim, so it evens out.
Jeez. I cannot believe how bad my roll was.
That's pretty good. I'm just going to roll some d6s now.
Oof.
Yep, no extras.
Nope. So what he's going to do is just crit. He can crit. Oh, you know what? I rolled in the Nekatra.
Yeah, you did. I was like, interesting.
Primary. Wash. Okay. We'll use the d6s though. So it's just a 1. Just a 1, and he runs out of ammo. Unfortunately. That actually is not the right stat either. He has his second. It's a secondary weapon. That, yeah, same. All right, so he's just going to get hit in on him. We're going to call. He's down to 8. Nasir, your turn. Thariah is looking
Was
in
the
desperate straits.
was the one with 8 the one that Thariah and Ali shot at?
Yeah.
Then I will shoot at that one too, getting the assault bonus. So at full auto, that takes it from -1 to +1. And I will
There
continue
you go.
doing the normal full auto thing,
It should be good.
stopping at 2 ones.
There's 1-1.
So there's an
Second one. So 1, 2, 3 extra 6s.
6, yep, 6 6s in total.
You could crit twice with a crit too, and have 1 extra left for extra damage. So I'll give him 5 damage, so he'd be down to 3 health.
One thing I want to check here. I can, on full auto, split the damage. So if the one has 8 damage, and I had 6 6s, so I will take, of those 6 6s, 4 and transfer that to the one with 8 hit points. So since they don't have armor, damage 4 plus 4 extra damage will defeat that one. That gives me 2 6s left.
But 1 would have to be used to hit the other, and then you would have no leftover to crit.
That is fine, because that will do 5 damage to that, correct? No, it will not. No, it's just
4 base.
Yeah.
No, do 5. It would
What-
hit and then 1 extra.
Yeah, okay, that is correct. Yeah, I thought that seemed a little overpowered, but I just read that sentence that it inflicts weapon damage on it. So
Yep. So kill this one,
so as
and
they're
it would
climbing,
do 5 on this one. So this one would have 6 left.
so as they're bounding and leaping up the rocks towards Thariah, Nasir unleashes another stream of rounds towards the 2 and catches the first one and just keeps it on it until it stops moving, tumbling back down, and transfers his line of sight, and the rounds just stitch up the rocks, blowing out fragments and chunks, and starts tearing into the second one. But he can feel his weapon overheating, so regretfully takes his finger off the trigger for a moment.
This last one, there we go. So underneath, these Nekatra are being held back, but this one is able to get up close to Nekatra and at least get a quick attack in with a -2. And let's see what it's going to do. Primary weapon, -2. Submit. Nothing. Do I have dark points? I have 2 left. Yeah, I'm gonna use one of them. I'm gonna use one of them to re-roll.
all right.
Yes. So he's 1. That's just 1 damage.
All right, I'm gonna roll my
To bite.
armor.
Yeah.
Dang.
Wow. What does it look like?
Yeah, it leaps at her, and she's like, when people have that dog block on their arm when they're training attack dogs. It's just she's holds out a heavily armored forearm, and it latches onto her forearm but can't penetrate the armor. And eventually, she manages to shake it off, and it kind of slams against the side of this cliff as she manages to shake it off. She looks down at her arm and is relieved to see that it didn't manage to penetrate.
That's what she said. Back to the top here.
Yeah. Oh, and then she lifts her weapon.
I'm going to end this scene before we switch back to Pasha.
Okay.
With using my last dark point. Because as Nasir and Ali from their sniper nest are trained down in Tharia's direction, they smell something awful, and they feel on their backs of their necks a foul breath, and turning that have scaled up the back of this tower are these two giant beasts, and they look at Ali and Nasir and just and we're going to move back to our good friend Pasha. Pasha, you go through the night. You follow Amir. As you follow Amir, you see him start to break out into a sweat. No boils, no carbuncles or anything like that. He does stop to vomit one time, though, along the road. And the rain washes away that gastric contents. But then eventually, kind of over the horizon, you see the tower. Hey, Pasha, I think this is it. We're here. I don't feel too well, but what would you have us do? They kind of stop at the base of the tower and sit their packs down on the ground.
Amir, you and Mubin stay here. Guard the steps. I will climb the tower and see what I can find up there. I have some friends up in a ship in orbit. Maybe they can also help me. Drink some water and take some rest. Mubin, keep an eye on him. He doesn't look too well.
Roger that. Why waste the time? Khan, just blow the thing to hell. It's the only way to be sure.
If you have brought explosives, then lay it out over here. But I need to go and see what's up there. I need to at least take a look. This might be the key in turning the tide against the consortium.
Absolutely.
Lay the explosives.
Amir, help me set these charges. Just get back down quickly. My hands aren't known to be the steadiest. I would sure hate to set these things off while you were atop this metallic beast.
I will be quick. And Pasha starts running up the stairs towards the top of the tower. Once he gets up there, he's going to go on his comms and reach out to Ibrahim and Hakam on the ship. Ibrahim, Hakam, can you see me? Can you hear me?
You hear Ibrahim's voice over comms. Well, well, well. Isn't that Captain Khan? I'm up here playing a hand of cards with Hakim, and I think the bastard cheats. I'll use this as a welcome interruption to our game. I wasn't expecting to hear on you. Do you have orbit-capable communications down there in that thermal vent? Amazing.
Not much time to talk, dear cousin. Things are fucked over here.
Fucked. You know, you are always wanting to overstate things, Pasha Khan. When you say fucked, do you mean literally fucked, figuratively fucked, or what the fuck do you mean? And like as you're talking, it's dark. There's a wind whipping at your clothes, Pasha. The rain is coming down, battering on the steel of the tower as you're kind of into this relay on top of this tower.
I mean, fucked 7 ways back to Dabaran and back.
And you hear Kakum pop up. Okay, I got the message. You wouldn't have interrupted our game of cards unless you need help. So what do you need, Pasha?
Walk me through how I can connect my tabula to this and send you some technical readouts. I'm at a tower that the consortium is using to control beasts on the ground, override their biological thought processes and make them into weapons.
You've been looking at too many pulp holovids, Pasha. Whatever, though. Just send me a schematic. What are you looking at? What's in front of your face?
And Pasha kind of picks up his tabula and his phone, and then he kind of gets on like a, FaceTime of the third horizon.
Ah, you kind of hear Ibrahim. Quite some weather you have there. What the hell are you doing? Are you at the top of that tower? You're swaying back and forth like a bamboo reed in the wind.
Yes, I'm at the top of the tower. It is raining, it is windy, and we are being attacked. I do not have time for rhetorical questions, you two fools. Listen to what I'm saying and give me options here.
You hear the sound of credit chips being scraped across the table as if Hakim is taking his winnings from Ibrahim, even as he gives you help in this situation. He says, all right. It takes some time for it to load. All right, it's pixelating. All right, you're at a Model 4 CSEC tower, commonly used in the consortium. Luckily, I did some time there on Coriolis up in the spire. What I want you to do is access the control panel on your lower left. Once you do that, I need you to hit the following sequence of keys. Do you understand me?
Yes. Give me a moment. And Pasha looks around for the control panel. He sees it. He pops it open. Okay, standing by.
And he relates to you, Hakim does, about a 5-minute set of instructions in technobabble that I'm not going to
Yeah.
I'm not going to repeat
Wait,
here.
slow down, Hakam. I'm not a engineer like you. Slow down, yes. Step by step.
Understood. Give me a wits.
Wits. Ooh.
Okay, yes, you get it. Okay, now that I've just repeated it for the 3rd time. Do you get it now?
Yes. I wish I was in a pleasure house and listening to you two bozos giving me technical readouts. But Turaya, Nasir, and Ali are in danger, and I must stop these beasts. Okay, here goes. And with that, Pasha punches in the last 5 digits of the sequence, sees a blue button that's blinking. He pushes it, pulls out a red wire, crosses it with a green wire, and shoves it into a yellow hole.
And before we make a roll for a Hawkins to see if he told you the right thing to do, we're going to go back to our friends with giant werewolves breathing down their neck. Let me have these guys enter the old initiative order. All right. First, just role play wise, Nasir, as these things scale the tower, King Kong style, and come up on your rear flank. What are you thinking and feeling?
As Nasir is focusing on the two Nekatra going up towards Thariah, it doesn't register that there's a swing or a noise coming up from behind. And as he turns around seeing these two gigantic beasts, he just kind of, oh, clever bastards, and swings his weapon around in a vain attempt to fire before they pounce on him and Ali.
In the meantime, Thariah unfortunately has her hands full. You can kind of see down the cliff, like, she's like down here, perched on the cliff. And Thariah, this thing's nipping at your heels, but you are armed. What are you doing?
Yeah,
I'll make you bigger here, so
she's
for dramatic purposes.
faced the other direction, so she doesn't even see
Classic.
what's going on with Ali and Nasir. So she's probably kind of saying into the comms, "A little help here," and but she's already got her accelerator rifle up and ready to fire.
You just hear Ali saying, "A little help," and then you hear him be like, "What the fuck is that?" And then what are you doing?
A little bit of alarm runs through her, but she's got the shot and she's gonna take it. So she gets a hit on it, does 3 damage.
Yep, you're up to 9 on that.
And then she's
Yeah.
gonna
Was it
fire.
doesn't kill it, but
Yeah, she's gonna fire her quick shot too and see how that does.
I hope this probe finishes it off.
Oh, it does.
Oh!
Wow.
Nice.
Yeah, so as she's beginning to get a little bit panicked with this thing closing in on her and the sounds of coming in through the comms, she takes a shot, hits it in the shoulder, and it kind of says "fire" to the drone, just the command, and it's already targeting it. And as it does, bullets just stream into the thing, hitting it, right in the center of its head, going into the brain, kind of exploding its head, and it falls down the side of the cliff. And she whips around to look at the tower. What's going on?
They're coming up the icon damned walls. And then you kind of hear over the comms like these menacing sounds and noises, and something similar to you heard that you were experiencing on the side of the rocks.
And you don't hear Ali say anything. You just hear him say, "Give him all you got, Nasir!" And you hear his oh, you know what? He ran out, didn't he?
Who? What?
Ali ran out during his last.
I scroll back up, but that's usually his MO, but I don't think he did.
He got 2 1s.
It's the third one where you run out because he has.
Okay, yeah, I created him before that. All right, good. So he turns towards the Legion of Katra. You guys are all kind of fighting different folks at this point, so the bonus does not apply, unfortunately. So he points his machine gun at the closest one and lets out a fire. It's going to be -2 for the auto, and then he would use a full action to aim, so it would wash out, I believe. That's correct. And he's going to let loose with his gun. That's a hit. So he's gonna continue to go until he
Nice.
doesn't go no. So that would be 1, 2, 3. No ones yet.
Oh.
3, 4, 5. No ones yet. Here's your first one. There's your second one. So 5.
Oh, he can keep firing after 2. If he rolls another 3, then he would be out of ammo.
Oh, because he has that talent. Sorry. Okay, so
Well,
five,
he can
six.
he can do one of two things. He can stop at that second one and not be out of ammo, or keep firing. And if he gets
You
a
know what?
third
I
one,
think
he's out.
he's gonna with 5. With 5, he could crit him. He could crit him a bunch of times.
Yeah.
And just take the best one. That's what he's gonna do.
Mhm.
That's what he's gonna do. He's going to crit him. I'm gonna say he could crit him. He could crit him 4 times. We're gonna say 3. So he'll do. No, these guys have a lot of armor. They're pretty big. So he's gonna say he's gonna crit him 4 times. We'll see what he comes up with. There you go, boys. Let's see what we're gonna keep. 54. Internal bleeding. Unconscious D6 hours. I think you're just gonna take that, right?
I mean, you could all. Yeah, I mean,
Just roll it for fun. See if you get
it's
anything.
an NPC. It's
Yeah.
pretty much dead already.
61.
Super dead.
Destroyed arm, unconscious D6. I'm gonna do 2 more just to see. 31, whatever. 12, whatever. Okay.
You
So
destroy
he's
him.
going. Yeah. So he's not dead, but he blows off an arm, and the thing just falls to the ground. Just. And Legion Nekatra. Which one is that? That one's dead. Second one's turn. Goes towards Nasir. Because Ali isn't even here.
What? Oh, I have to go AFK for 5 minutes.
This year's not going to have any natural face left.
I know. I was gonna say, not the face, not the face.
He'll go for a throat attack. A quick action to prepare. A bite attack is made with a crit of 1. Also pins opponent. So he uses quick action to prepare, and he goes for the throat of Nasir.
Oh,
This is not
no.
This is not good.
Oh.
I have action points left.
You can try to.
Can I use my
dodge and do all
special
this other stuff.
power to change something in the scene?
Well, I have a special power too.
Okay. Well, what?
Let's hear it. Let's hear what your powers are.
So
Because cinematically, we also have a boy at the tower
Mm-hmm.
getting ready to hack this thing.
That's true.
So what's your special power?
Mine is I can.
you go. Ladies first.
This is
Oh, he
perfect.
called me a lady. Can't take it back. I can change one thing about a scene. It's not something that can kill an enemy, but it can give some sort of advantage. It's really GM's discretion. So I would say something like the creature was still kind of had its back legs on maybe the ladder, and part of that gave way, and so as it snapped at him, maybe some of those hits didn't hit.
Okay, we'll take some of that. What's Nasir's idea?
I was going to do the because I'm looking at, I haven't done much melee, so I'm looking at basically mine is the gambler talent. You get 1 dark point, but I get basically as if it's a critical success, so rolling 3 6s. So I was looking at possibly doing a dodge or a block, negating 3 of those extra, or those 4s, if I'm reading it correctly. Yeah, decrease damage. You neutralize one of the enemy's 6s. If she has no 6s at all, the attack misses. This effect can be chosen multiple times. So if I do a critical success, it takes it down from 4 to 1.
To 1? Yep. All right, here's what we'll do. If this is cool with you guys, cinematically, here's how we'll play out, okay? I'm going to roll a crit, so you can still crit you once, all right? So give yourself 4 damage already, and I'm going to use the 1 to crit you. If it's something that's going to be super bad, what we're going to do, Taraya, is use, he does stumble backwards, and then we're going to switch on back to that tower to see if he can hack them and shut these dudes off.
Well, now I have armor. Do I have a chance? Well, no chance in hell, but maybe to negate that 4 damage so he doesn't even get to crit me because he has to do damage.
Yeah, you could. Yeah, you still have to roll your armor.
Let's try that. Won't let me click on my icon. Am I stupid or something? I mean, don't answer that, but...
Make sure you have your token clicked.
Yeah, I do. Weird. I can only
Roll
look
off
at
your
my
sheet.
page. Yeah, so I was just going to do.
Ooh, so close.
Nope, but you still have his
I
still
have
have his 2 free rolls.
So I have 2 re-rolls, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 damage I get to re-roll. I'll just do it this way. Motherfucker! All right, well, I'm going to use my other re-roll.
Let's see what he rolls for his crit. Let's see. 54. Internal bleeding. Unconscious D6 hours and 1 point of damage.
Yeah, so he definitely slips on the ladder.
No, hey. Here's what's funny is I have the talent where I can reverse his dice,
right,
and it puts it at 45, which is crushed face.
Would you rather get internal bleeding or crushed face?
I want Sarai to use
it. She can't.
My beautiful
face. She doesn't want him to be all plastic.
So if it's still going to get you if he fails to turn them off. But it goes back to old Pasha Khan here. Saving the day, maybe.
It's scrambling on the ladder. It's going to get you unless Pasha turns it off.
Yeah, it's like one of those very, very tense scenes of switching back and forth in the movies. And so you don't have data gen. You're going to have to use wits.
Okay.
And it's going to be a +2 with Hakim helping you.
And I do have that blue dot.
Yes, you can re-roll for free, and then you can also spend to get a dark point.
No, wait, I can re-roll for free, or I can do a +2, right?
Yes, you can do either one.
So I can do 4.
+4 if you would like.
Yep. Which
I don't know which is better.
I'm a re-roll gal.
Re-roll? Re-roll it is. So With the modifier to, let's roll wits.
No.
Ooh. And with the modifier to, let's roll
Come
wits
on.
again.
No.
Now you can pray to the icons for a
Give him a dark
for
point.
a for a dark point. I would say yeah, you would want to do that.
No. So what? No, what does that look like? What's happening?
That's up
It's
to you.
raining for one.
It's raining. It's raining. Maybe Hawkham told you the wrong shit to do.
No. Yeah, like in the sense, like how do I know? Like, is there like nothing's happening? It's not, this code sequence is not working. It's still blinking in the same way, right?
Yeah, just blinking.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So Pasha, he's like, fuck it. Amir, Mobeen, get ready to blow the tower, and he just starts running down.
He's gonna let him blow it.
Yeah, he's going to blow it, and then given that there are two bad rolls like that, I would say Pasha would not make it all the way down, and he has to leap off as the tower explodes for RP effect.
Just tell me what that looks like. You're not going to get all that intel you could have gotten, but hey, listen, your buddy is not going to get his face crushed again.
Yep. So like, I mean, I don't know what's happening on the base, but I just know that too much time has passed, and this was a long shot anyway without Hakim or Ibrahim being there with him. So Pasha tried all the combination that they got over the wind and the rain noise. He's not sure if he missed any instructions or if he crossed the wires or what's happening, but nothing seems to work. And the tower is the source, and he knows that if they met all those Nekatras, and if some of them are diseased, then his friends are in trouble. So he's going to call Amir and Mobeen to blow the tower. As he's rushing down, he realizes that the charge is set and is about to blow, so he is going to leap, maybe, he's not made it all the way down, he's only made it 3/4 way down, so he leaps off the tower as the tower explodes. And I can roll like something to see if I land well or not.
That'd be cool. Cool. For my explosion sound effect here. Has to be one. There you go.
Wait.
What'd you roll?
Agility or dexterity? Which one should I roll?
Oh, sorry. Dex.
Yay!
Nice.
Two
How
dice
do you
and one of
land?
them
Hero
failed.
landing.
So as he's running down the stairs, it's one of those, like, it's kind of like circles around the tower, and he's just running and never seems to end. He has shouted over the comms for Amir and Mobeen to blow it, and he sees Amir kind of like take a misstep, and he starts puking. Mobeen sees him, rushes towards the plunger and hits it. As he hits it, Pasha kind of somersaults off the last two platforms, and does a 3-point landing right next to Amir and Mobeen.
And the explosion just it starts at the base level, and then it's just kind of a chain reaction, like spreading up the tower, and then the tower just collapses down into the jungle. Mobeen covers you up with his body. Fortunately, Amir doesn't, because you see the smallest pock on the left side of his neck as he kind of hugs the ground. There's a very small vesicle of something on his neck. And scene switches back to that sniper nest. Nasir, he knocked you down and he's ready to rent your throat out or smash your face with his claw, when it just hesitates for a brief moment, kind of slipping back on the step. And as he does that, Nasir, you see like static electricity go through this like Lobot helmet he has on his neck, and it kind of, as he comes to, he's over top of you, and he just kind of looks around and just roars into the night sky. And he looks down below, and all of the Nekatra down there seem to be confused as well. And they all start running back into the jungle, including this one. He kind of makes his way back down the ladder and just disappears.
They're in retreat. All of them.
Ah, high comes be praised. It seems that our fearless Captain Pasha succeeded. Nasir kind of puts a hand up to his helmet and feels the indentations of the fangs from the Nekatra. And he goes, oh, there is just something about my face this world does not love.
How did you two fare over there? Are you injured?
We are no worse for wear. Ali took care of one and the other. It got the drop on me, but this helmet kept his face from getting smashed up again. How are you over there?
Fine, of course. Well, that's good. Your face was getting very expensive.
Yes, it is good to hear you are safe now that I shot both of them for you. And yes, not much results for this face for all the money I've put into it.
Shut up.
And you guys can see, like, from your sniper tower, Nasir, probably Thariah couldn't, but you can see, like, 10 clicks off into the forest, this, like, spark of light.
At the spark of light, Nasir kind of points out, not aware of how many rebels survived the attack. And he goes, look to the sky. Our Captain Pasha succeeded. They are retreating into the jungle.
Yeah, Thariah kind of points her weapon up to the sky and her drone too, and they kind of just fire off victory shots. Pasha and the men have done it! She kind of shouts down to the people.
They'll kind of cheer. As at this point, over, let's say the sun rises in the west and sets in the east here. It rises in the west, the sun does. And the rain starts to slowly slow down. And then eventually it stops. And the sounds of the jungle return. It's going to take some time before Pasha can return. But on the way back, you have a decision to make, Pasha. You see that your newfound friend has developed some pocks on his neck. Very small, about the size of an eraser. What's that trek back to the base look like?
So Pasha will tell Amir, take it slow, my friend.
Absolutely.
Mughal and I will scout on ahead, make sure the path is clear with no more danger for you.
I think the concussion of that blast must have done a number on me. I'm feeling a little worse for wear, Pasha, but hopefully by the time we get back, we'll know that our friends are safe. I'll hang back. Maybe get a drink of water. I'm so very thirsty.
Yes, yes. And Mobeen and Pasha will walk a little ahead, and once he's out of earshot of Amir, he's going to turn to Mobeen. Mobeen, I have some grave news. The Nekatra that attacked Amir was diseased, and it is not good news, my friend.
What do you mean disease? This jungle is full of diseases. We got flies, we got things that crawl, we have things that bite and can take your hand off in one swallow.
No, this is something much worse. I've seen it before. I've read about it. It's called the Alpha seed, the Algol. It's very infectious. It happens when Nekatra or other beasts live too close to extremely humid and moldy conditions, things that you would find in the vents where the thermal gases exchange with the cold air of Algol.
Alpha seed? Alpha seed is a wives' tale. It was gone 50 years ago. The only good thing the consortium did was eradicate that disease. What are you talking about, Pasha Khan? That it's back?
It is back, and Amir has it. Remember the Nekatra that attacked him, those green pustules and pox-like marks? He came in contact with it, and now he is infected in less than 12 hours. But there
Mobeen
is,
kind of looks down. Yeah, he knows what that means, that sentence.
but do not lose hope, my friend. I'm not going to stop until I can help Amir. There is a cure. Bigger cities of Algol will have it. He has some time. He is not on death's door yet. But we must take care. I want you to run ahead, speak to Mikhail, and have what's the word, quarantine room or area created for Amir at the base. I will bring Amir back, and we shall keep him in the quarantine zone while I go search for the cure. The cure is there on Algol. It is quite possible the consortium may have some hand in this as well. Maybe they infected the Nekatra with this so that they could not only kill your rebel group but also infect you. I won't put it past them.
He nods silently. He looks back through the jungle where the ferns are coming together when you have just left, as if he thinks briefly about running back to his friend Amir, but then with his newfound respect for Pasha Khan's command, he follows orders and he sprints northward back down the stream towards the base. And as the scene closes, you guys see Mobeen run out of the jungle in your direction. He's coming across a lot of his fallen comrades. And I'll let Thariah and Nasir give me a little role play before we close.
As Nasir climbs out of the machine gun nest, he waits for Thariah to get down from the rocks and kind of gives an outstretched arm for her. Well done, Thariah. We did very good work today. Yes.
Yeah, she starts to smile and then looks around. The ground's littered with corpses. She kind of absently, takes his hand as she is climbing down off the rocks. And her expression becomes more serious. Yes, We did good. So did they. Looking around at all the dead. I hope that it will be enough. But I fear that there are more battles ahead for them.
Algol produces a strong person, and while this was a very difficult test, the fact that they passed it will make them only stronger. I know the people of this planet. They are quite resilient. They will persevere.
She kind of reaches up and pats him on his face and says, resilient, yes. I have seen that in some of these people. And smiles.
As you look down towards the jungle's edge, Mobeen is having a conversation with Mikhail, and limping behind them, maybe 10 hours later, coming out of the jungle, is Amir and Pasha Khan. I'll let you give a little last bit of role play, and then we'll end the session.
Pasha is kind of walking ahead of Amir. Amir is stumbling behind him.
Not too close, eh? Not too close?
Not too close.
6 feet.
6 feet. And then once they get to the base, Pasha will kind of signal for Mobeen to take Amir. Amir, you must rest. You don't seem well, my friend. I think the Nekatra did a good number on you. I'd sent Mobeen ahead to make a room for your rest place. Take the time. We'll get you better soon.
And with that, Amir and Mobeen limp off to quarantine. And the session will come to an end.
Yeah.